My personal advent calendar, some memories of Christmases past. These are some excerpts from my book, My Lovely Arms. Part 1. Whatever our circumstances, Christmas was a magical time for us. I really don't think that any child could have experienced the excitement and the joy of Christmas quite as we did. It would start when we went back to school in September, dressed in our knitted woolly jumpers and handmade kilts ready for winter. In the evenings, we would see my mother sitting in her favourite place by the châtaignet grate, sewing or knitting or weaving, ostentatiously hiding away whatever it was as soon as we came into the room. When we asked her what she was making, she would say, "Hush, hush." So all the things she made, and indeed all our secret presents, became known as hush-hushes, as they are to this day. She made some ghastly toys, such as the yellow teddy bear she knitted in garter stitch for Martin, which stretched and stretched, and an enormous rag doll she sewed for Janet, which had a huge, rigid, shelf-like chest. She also made some lovely things, woven baskets with beads inserted into them, knitted slipper socks in a rainbow of colours, a beautiful blue satin sewing box, padded and studded with pearls, for Vicky, sets of doll's clothes for Linda and for me. Whatever couldn't be sewed, knitted, woven, or made in some other way was paid for with a provident cheque. This was a sort of loan to be used in a selected number of local shops and paid back over 20 weeks. My mother would receive 38 shillings a week in family allowance and would use some of this to take out a provident cheque for £20. She did this twice a year, to pay for school clothes and to pay for Christmas presents. There was a strict routine for Christmas in our home, both in the build-up and on Christmas Day. The puddings would be made 5 weeks before Christmas, when we would all gather round, and each of us would have a stir, 3 turns in a clockwise direction, while having a wish. Next on the list was the letters to Santa. We were all careful to ask how he was and hope that he was well before we asked for just a few presents, certainly no more than 3. We were very polite to Santa. We would put our letters up the chimney of the grate in the living room, and they all went. Then we would run outside to catch a sight of Fairy Tinkerbell as she collected the letters for Santa. I swear we saw her and heard her as she flew away in the distance.